So this one is focusing on the upper body and the core. So anyone that's looking to build a little bit more upper body strength, this one is for you. So a nice few exercises to do that using just your body weight. Yeah, so let's just dive right in and get started. I'm just going to start standing today at the back of our mats. Let's just do a few roll downs just to begin with, just to start mobilizing through the spine a little bit. So standing nice and tall in our nice neutral position. Taking a big breath in. Exhale, dip the chin, let the head become heavier, a little bend in the knee, roll down. Just to whatever's comfortable for you. Take a breath at the bottom. Exhale, coming back up. All the way back up to standing. When we get to the top, you take a breath and we're going to go again. Taking a breath. Coming all the way up. I'm going to do just one more roll down. And then we're going to add a little bit onto that. So this time coming all the way down to the bottom. Nice big stretch at the bottom here. Big breath. So we're going to continue with the roll down, but we're just going to add a little bit on to start warming up into the arms and the core. So nice big breath in. Rolling down. This time, when we get to the bottom, we're going to walk the hands out into plank position. I'm going to draw the belly button in here nice and strong. We're going to rotate. Rotate. Back to plank. Bending in the knees. Walk the hands. And then roll back up. Now that we're a bit warm, we can just add a little bit of pace to that one. Nice big breath. Rolling it down. Walking it out. Draw the belly button in. Nice big rotation. Walking it back. Should feel those arms warming up now. Walking it back to the top. And we're going to do one more. This time we're going to stay down there. Coming down. I'm going to do one more rotate. And then we're going to stay in that side plank rather. I'm going to come back just to face you just for this one. And then I'm going to bring my arm down, reach up. Bringing it down, reaching up, tighten the core, make sure that wrist stacked underneath the shoulder, down and up. Four more here. Stay strong. 3, 2, and 1. Rotate. And same on this side. Keep drawing that belly button in, stay strong here. Four more. Coming back to that plank, drop into the knees, take just a quick stretch off. Are we feeling nice and warm now? I hope so. Arms should be nice and warm. So we're going to come into our bird dog now. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. For this one, I'm going to use two variations and I'm going to add them together. So this one's going to be working those core muscles for stabilization, but we're also using this supporting arm a little bit, so that's going to feel a little bit of fire too. Double whammy. So, on your hands and knees, remember your bird dog. It's just opposite arm to leg. Extend away. Drawing the core in, yeah? But we're going to add on to that one. So what we're going to do, stand on one side of the body, and then we'll switch. Taking a big breath in, draw the belly button towards the spine, extend away, elbow to knee, extend away, take the arm and the leg away from the midline, and back, and then repeat. If you need to, you can just stick with one of those variations. If doing the two together is a bit much. Keeping that spine nice and long. Other than when we do this little crunch, I don't mind that little curve here just to get that extra little abdominal crunch there. Working nice and steady, nice and slow. Reaching right to the fingertips, right to the toes. And remember, if you feel that little wobble in the body, we want to just try and tighten up those core muscles that little bit more to help stabilize. 3 more on this side. Can you feel that little bit of fire in that supporting arm as well? Should be pushing into the floor. Last one. Give that arm a little shake off, give the body a little wiggle. Coming onto the other side, so now obviously this arm can have a little bit of a rest. This one is going to support. Taking a nice big breath in. Draw the belly button in, and off we go. Elbow to knee. Extend away. Stay with it, guys. Remember, just stay with that one variation if you want to. 4 more after this one. Big stretch. Last 3. And last one. All the way down onto your front. And just take a nice big stretch off here. Full body stretch. Lovely. So, what we're going to do now is we're just going to engage, we're going to switch onto the back muscles. So now that the arms are nice and warm, we just want to switch on to the back muscles a little bit so they're nice and engaged for the rest of the upper body stuff we're going to do. So we're going to start just with our back extension, and we're just going to add on a little bit. So let's just do a few rounds of that basic back extension just to get a feel of it, and then we'll add on. So starting with our arms in cactus pose here. Resting the head down. Remember that engagement in the abdomen, so just draw that belly button in to protect that lower back. We're going to take a big breath in. And then on that exhale, we're just going to lift off the mat. Lifting the chest, the shoulders, the head. Keep it nice and long in the neck. Gaze down towards the mat. And then down. So you just feel those back muscles switching on there. And we go again. So remember, keeping that little tuck in the chin. Thinking about being long in the neck, long in the spine. Let's just do 2 more here. One more, just seeing if we're going to lift a touch further. Coming up. So we're just going to add on to this one a little bit. I'm just going to make sure plenty of space. We're going to extend the arms away. So it's going to look like this. We'll begin exactly the same. And then we lift. We extend the arms away. And then we squeeze the shoulder blades together. So what's happening here is as we extend the arms away, the core is engaging a little bit more. So as we extend, try not to drop. Try and engage a little bit more to keep the body upright. And then when we squeeze back, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, switching onto the back, yeah? So nice double whammy. We'll do 3 reps, and then we'll come back down and we'll repeat. Let's give it a whirl. Starting at the bottom, big breath in. Exhale, coming up. Extend, squeeze. Keep those abs tight. Think about those shoulders. Take a little breather, take a breath in. Exhale. Keep thinking about lifting up. Trying to lift that chest off the mat. Nice guys, 4 more here. Big breath in. Really feel those shoulders working now. Last 3, let's see if we can lift a little higher. Keep those abs engaged. Extend and squeeze. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keep those abs switched on. We've got 1 more to do. Last big breath here. Back towards the heels again. Take a stretch off in child's pose. Quickly stretch the back, the arms off. Got a few more to do on the upper body, and then we'll switch to a little lower body section. So coming onto the hands and knees, or rather elbows and knees. I'm going to come down onto the elbows. I'm going to walk just those knees slightly further back, so we're not quite in that box position. The hips are just slightly further forward. What we're going to do, we're going to engage the abs, of course. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, we've gone a bit too far. We're just going to rock the body forward, drop the nose down to the mat, and then we're going to push into the floor with the elbows here, pushing in, back up to center. So we're going to use the abs to help. The abs are going to help get us back, but we're thinking about engaging in the shoulders. It's almost like a little mini push-up. Give it a whirl. So we rock forward. Try and drop the nose down. If you don't quite get there, that's fine. And then push them back up with the arms. The reason we take those knees back is just to have a little bit extra room to play with, and those abs have to engage a little bit more. Nice guys, just move through nice and slow. Can you feel those shoulders? Think about those back muscles that we just switched on as well. Use them to bring you back up. Let's go, 4 more. Last 2. You're still using those abs, it's going to help. Last 1. All the way back up. Nice. Give those arms a quick little shake off. This next one is the hard one, so let's just dive right in, let's get it done. It is a bit of a toughie, but I have a lower option available as well. So we're going to come into plank position. We're not going to stay there too long, so don't worry about it. So just take those hands slightly further forward, tuck the toes behind us, and we're going to bring ourselves up into plank. We're going to step those feet slightly wider, so we've got a nice base to work with. And then we're going to tap, tap 4 times. Then we're going to drop down onto the elbows, push up onto the hands. When we do that down, up, try and alternate each time. So go like down, down, up, up, and then down, down, up, up, yeah? If you want to, you can make that a little bit easier by staying on the knees. Same again, body weight slightly further forward, widen your stance, and then same again, down, down, up, up, yeah? And that just makes it a little bit easier, and it's going to work those abs a little less. So let's find that plank position. Hands slightly further forward, tuck the toes, coming up into plank, step it wide. So try and limit that movement in the body by tightening up on that core, draw the belly button towards the spine. Tap, tap, don't rush it. 3, 4, down, down, up, up, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, up. Stay with it. Keep drawing that belly button in. We're halfway, we're going to do 4 more. Last 3. Whew, how are you doing? Almost there. Last one. Drop to the knees. Have a stretch. Woo! That one did it. Nice little full body one. Hopefully those arms have had a nice little workout. Nice big stretch here. In fact, let's do a little rotation here. One arm underneath the other just for a little bit. And then switch. Just a quick little stretch through. Nice. And then coming all the way onto the back, we're going to start thinking about the abs. So, I know we've been using them, but we're just going to focus on them a little bit more. So we're going to come all the way down onto the back. And what we're going to do to begin, we're going to extend one leg away. I'm going to point the other one up towards the sky. And we're going to do some leg circles here. So, drawing the belly button in towards the spine, so thinking about controlling that movement with the abs. Yeah, you'll feel as that leg moves that you need those stabilization muscles to keep that body still. Because we don't want to take the leg away and see what happens here. The hip lifts. We don't want that. We want to keep the hips still. So then as we move, yeah, there's no movement happening anywhere else, but my abs are switching on to keep that body there. Yep, stabilization. So draw that belly button in, point the toe, lift the leg. Just start small. So just stay with wherever's comfortable for you to begin with, and then we can start playing around with it a little bit. So once you've done a few, see where you can take it. Take it across the midline, back up, out to the side. How far can you take it till that hip starts to lift? Working up to that full range of motion. Keep that leg nice and long. And then let's change direction. Around the other way. You will feel a bit of fatigue coming into that leg, that's normal. You don't want to feel too much though. I should have said at the beginning, you can keep your hands on your hips there, just to make sure that hip isn't lifting, just so you're aware of it. One more big circle, full range of motion. And come to rest at the top, just give that leg a quick little hug. Nice, and then we're going to switch sides. So extend that leg away, lift this one up towards the sky, and then off we go. Remember, both sides are different, so don't just go hell for leather on this side. Give it a chance to warm up, play around with it. And then once it's a little bit warmer, you can see where it wants to go. Keep drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Start working up to that full range of motion. One more this way, and then we'll change direction. Feel those stabilization muscles. Keep seeing if there's any more in that range of motion. Last two big circles. It's just my hip crunching if you can hear it. And then just bring it in, give it a little hug. So we should have found those deep core muscles there. We're going to come back to them. For now, we've got a nice one. It's a bit of a double whammy, abs and arms. Last little one on the arms, I promise. So we're going to start. Hands are going to come by the sides, either side of the bum there. Fingertips pointing towards the feet. And it's going to look like this. So start seating, just point your toes. We're going to rock our weight up onto the feet into like a little bridge kind of position. So think about supporting with the hands. So start sitting nice and tall, draw the belly button in, rock that weight forward, lift the hips into this bridge position, and then we're going to swing back, a little sit through, but this time we're not going to sit down. So we're not going to relax at the bottom, we're going to hover there, push it into the floor with the hands, you're using the belly, yeah? Let's give it a try. So, big breath in, exhale, swing it up, and then sit through. Hover off the mat, point the toes, sit through. Nice big lift at the top, keep those abs engaged. Use the abs to control. If you do need a little rest at the bottom, you can sit and then lift again, but just try and control it, so you can just control it down, take a little sit, and then push into the floor again. If you need to, we're going to do 4 more. Stay with it, guys, last 3. Keep pushing into the floor with the hands, use those abs. Last 2. Last 1. Try and keep that spine nice and tall. And then rest it down. That finished the arms off for sure. Last little bit on the arms, we'll have a quick stretch and then we're done. So coming all the way down, back to the abdominals. So this time I'm going to keep one foot on the floor, knees bent, and this one's going to come up. And we're going to do like a little half bicycle. So just think about, normally a bicycle is this one. We're just going to do half. So we're just going to stay on one side. This knee wants to stay there, yeah? So we're going to do a little oblique crunch to meet it. Try not to let it come to you too much, yeah? So we're going to let the head sit back in the hands. We're not pulling on the neck, it's just sitting back there. Little space between the chin and the chest, we're nice and lifted. Draw the belly button in. Here we go. Oblique crunch, elbow to knee, and down. Feel that nice little nip in the waist. So try and reach for the knee with the elbow. I know it's really tempting to bring that knee to you, but try and reach for it. Get that extra lift from the abs. Working with the breath. Nice and steady. Four more here. Try not to pull on the neck. Nice big twist. Feel that crunch in the side. Last 2. And last one. Take a little rest down, take a breather, and we're just going to switch sides. So we're going to lift the other knee. Let that foot come down. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Get ready. Off we go. Nice big twist. Draw that belly button in. Breath, take a breath at the bottom, exhale to lift. 4 more. Last 2. And last one. Lovely. Take a little rest off if you need it. Just hold those knees in. We're going to stay in that curled up position. This time we're going to do our toe tap. So kind of similar. But this time we're thinking about switching onto those lower abdominals. Because we're in that curled up position, you should feel the lower abdominals and the upper. So we're going to start with both knees bent. We're going to be in this curled up position. If this gets too much, you can just drop the head down to the mat. Drawing the belly button in, we're just going to drop one foot down and lift. Notice how I keep that 90-degree angle in the knee. So I'm not just dropping my feet down because this isn't doing anything. Taking the knee away from the body, which then switches on to my lower abdominals. Keep lifted by drawing that belly button in. Use the abs to keep the body up. Slow and controlled. If it's a bit much to come all the way down to the mat, that's fine. Just take it to whatever's comfortable for you. 2 more each side, and then we're going to try for a double. So after this one, we're going to go for a double. Stay with the single if you want to. So we're just going to bring both legs together, drop them down and lift them up. If you feel that lower back lift, don't take them all the way down. Just take them as far as you can without that lower back lifting. You got it, guys. Take a breath at the top. Exhale to move, remember. Stay with me. We've got one more to do after this. One more exercise that is not whip. We're going to go for 3 more of these. If it gets too much, just go back to the single. Last one. And take a little rest off. So, one more exercise to do. It's kind of just developing on that, and again, it's going to work all that ab section, so it's going to get the lower abdominals and the upper, making it similar, very similar, just a little bit harder. So we're going to start with our legs extended up, and what we're going to do is we're going to lower arms and legs, draw the belly button in, and then as we come back up, we're going to reach for the toes. Yeah, so it's like a little leg raise plus a little crunch at the top. So as we lower the legs down, you feel the lower abdominals, and that little crunch at the top gets the upper. Here we go. Lower it down, draw the belly button in, and then reach up. Reach for the toes. Yeah? Again, you don't want that lower back to lift. Just taking it to wherever's comfortable for you. They don't have to come all the way down to the floor. Just moving through it nice and slow. Four more. Stay with it. Last 2. One more. Big crunch up. Ooh. And relax. Just take a moment here, hook the knees in. I hope that one got it. I hope it did the job. It did for me. So I'll have a little stretch off. Just take a moment here, and then whenever you're ready, we're just going to rock ourselves up to seated. And have a nice little stretch. So we're just going to sit however's comfortable for us. That might be cross-legged, you might want to take your legs out wide, whatever. Coming into a nice little side bend, so we're just going to take one hand down to the mat, big stretch up, nice stretch in those obliques and into the abs that we just worked. Stretching up and over. And then onto the other side. Back, and then to each side once more. Going a little deeper. I'm just going to twist in the body, reach over that knee. You just feel a little stretch into the back there. And then back to that side bend. And then to the other side. Reaching across the body. Back to side bend. And then back to center. Let's stretch those arms off, I think. Let's take one arm across the body and just support with the other arm. Just try to stay away from the elbow. Try not to grab a hold of it there. Just stay away from that joint, just try and grab the forearm if you can. Just here for a little bit. And then let go of that one, just with the same arm. And take that hand down the back, gentle pressure on that elbow. Just try and keep that chin lifted, just stretch it into the tricep. And then let go, just come on to the other side. Take that across the body, staying away from the elbow. One, take that arm down the back, gentle pressure, chin lifted. And then let go. I'm going to come into a forward fold, so we're just going to come into a little crouch here. And then we're going to drop the head and lift the hips into our forward fold. Just hang here for a few moments, maybe just give the shoulders a little wiggle, the head a nod. Feeling a bit of a stretch into the back. And then when you're ready, just behind the back here, we're just going to interlace the fingers. I'm going to extend those arms, reaching up towards the sky. Just feel a nice stretch into the shoulders, into the arms, into the back. Take some deep breaths. Slowly drop the arms, come all the way down. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, bending in the knees. And very, very slowly, roll all the way up, just like we did in the beginning. Head and shoulders are the last thing to come up till we're all the way up standing. And we'll take some nice big deep breaths to finish. Nice big breath in. Stretch up and exhale, and again. And one last one. Big stretch up and a big exhale, and well done. Nice work. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again.